Hi, I'm Michael Moss, and welcome to A Culinary Experience. Today in our show, I have an Asian thought. I don't know what I'm going to do yet all together in the show, but I know I'm going to start off with spring rolls, Vietnamese spring rolls, or a fried roll. What I have is a wonderful egg roll wrapper. You see them in the stores and you walk past them every day. For the most part, we don't stop and pick them up. Got my wok on the stove, so what I thought is I'd take a shot at making a little bit of a spring roll. So here we go. Very simple. Take little white onion. Spanish onion's fine. Put that aside. I've got a little snow pea, so I'm going to stack it up. I love like a fresh egg roll or spring roll that's, you know, fresh out of the oil, and you can dunk it in a dipping sauce, and it's delicious. I stack up my snap peas or snow peas, and I give them a nice julienne. You want to julienne everything because you're going to lay it out into your roll and you're going to wrap it. So you want a nice small cut. That's ready. I got a red pepper that's going to give me some color, and I'm not going to need a lot of it, but I'm going to need a little bit. Then I'm going to use yellow because yellow is going to give me color also and great flavor. Got that. Right here, my wok is pretty hot. This is exactly what I want. A nice hot wok. And here I have a little broccoli. This is broccoli stem. Use a little bit of that. I like to add a little bit of cilantro to it. This gives it a little bit of a lemony. You can add a little lemongrass to it too. Okay? Drop this in right here and let it go. Okay? I'm gonna add a little Chinese cabbage. Really easy. And then I like to julienne a little bit of carrot. Okay, here we go. We're done with that. We need this. And this is all cooked very, very quick. Very quick. We'll take one side of the yellow pepper down and we'll julienne it. So we're going to cook it real quick and then we're going to let it cool real quick and right into our spring roll wrapper. Throw that. And you might need to add a little bit more because what happens is it cooks down, it sweats, and it gets smaller. I'm going to do this. This is called a mandolin. You've seen us use it before. Very dangerous machine, so you have to be careful what you're doing. And it gives you a nice thin strip, which is what I want. And it's a slippery carrot. Got that. And I'm going to throw this in. Now we have all our essential vegetable ingredients. And I'm going to use my tongs, stir it around a little bit. Then I can add two things. I can add mirin, which is a sweet sake, and a little white wine. And I'm going to add both. Touch of mirin. And the oil base that I had in the wok to start with was a sesame oil with a little bit of olive oil. Remember with your wok, you don't want to go scrubbing it with water unless you go ahead and oil it and re-season it. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more juice to this, so we'll add a little bit more mirin. And at the very end, we're going to add a touch of sesame oil and a touch of soy sauce. You could add a little teriyaki sauce if you wanted to also. Just a little soy, just a little bit. And have a little sesame oil. Just a little bit. Okay? Just want to sweat it. It smells great. Here we go. I'll move all this aside now. I had a couple mushrooms I was going to put in there. Might as well put them in so they don't go to waste. Okay, I'll move this. We'll clean it all up and we'll get our side ready. Let me grab a napkin over here. Wipe it up and we'll get ready to roll out our egg rolls. or spring rolls. I often think of anything fried, any wrap that's fried as an egg roll instead of a spring roll. There's a bunch of different kinds of spring rolls. There's Vietnamese, which is done with a rice paper, which we've done before, I think, on the show. Or there's this type. These are very easy to work with. So we have to lay them out, and I'll show you how we do it. Basically, we're going to stuff them this way, diagonal. And we're about ready. Oh boy. Wow, that smells great. Can I have one plate, please? And we'll do it right here. We'll lay it right out. And I have my fry oil ready. I'll take this. I'm just going to lay that out. Okay? And of course, if you want, you can always add a little spinach to it, a little sauteed spinach. You could add pork to it if you want to. I'm going to go home and get my frying oil ready. So here's what we want to do. We have our wrapper. We're going to lay it out. Take a pair of tongs, and you can let it cool all the way or not. I'm going to go ahead with it now for the matter of time for the show today. And we lay it in there. Remember, you already have your seasoning. You have your sesame oil, your mirin, your soy sauce, and we're going to take it. The process we're going to do is go like this and make an egg roll out of it. Before we do that, what we need to do is we need to have a damp rag, which I just had, but I don't know if I lost it. If I could just have this dampened again. We need to dampen the side, the edge of this wrap, so that it actually adheres and sticks together. If you don't, it'll just fall right apart. So here we go. We take that, thank you. Take this and we just dampen the edges. Not a lot of water, don't overdo it. You don't want the wrapper swimming in it. And this is very much like pancakes. The first one never works out. And I always say that to cover myself. And you roll it forward and you tuck it in, oop, and it never works out, the first one. Isn't that funny? It's very true for me. The first one never works out. So let's go ahead and we'll take another one. Toss it in here. We wet it. I think I have 2 of them on there. We wet it and we roll it. Very easy but difficult to work with, because if your second one works out, if your wrapper gets punctured by the pepper, then it'll poke a hole. And see, the second one works out, the first one, I don't know why. It's just like making pancakes for me. The first one never works out. So we'll go ahead and try another one. And we'll wet the edge. Very easy. And I'm going to continue wrapping this with this right here. And when we come right back, I'm going to show you how to make the dipping sauce and fry them on a Culinary Experience at the deli counter in Southampton. The first one never works out. Hi, and welcome back to a Culinary Experience. We're in Southampton at the deli counter, and we're making spring rolls, vegetable spring rolls. And as you can see, my first one didn't come out very well. My second ones are getting better. My third and fourth and fifth are much better because it takes practice. And this dough, particularly, is very difficult to work with. It's very tender. If you manhandle it all, it'll break on you. So you got to be really easy with it. So we were just making one, and as I said earlier, if you don't like the way it comes out, the dough is thin enough where you can go ahead and re-roll it. So I'm just going to re-roll it, lay it over, be very gentle, bring the side in, bring the side down or up, and keep rolling it and set it aside. Okay? Behind me I have my oil getting ready to fry them off. I think I'll make one more, and then we'll get into frying here. Leave your juice on the plate. Okay? One more time. One more time. We do one more time. Okay? Wrap it, roll it. And I think I put a little too much stuffing in all the time. That's my problem. I like a really well-stuffed wrapper. Nice and wet, so it all sticks. Bring it back. Roll it, wrap it. There's a lot of people who make these. I'm always impressed when I go somewhere and I see someone do it in someone's house. A lot of the restaurants buy them already done. And you can definitely tell when someone's fresh made it. It's a different look. It's a more homey look. I like when I see things that are made like someone's wife made it, you know, and it's not perfect. Whenever you see perfect food, you have to worry. Because you know it came out of a machine or a factory. And usually when that happens, you have chemicals or something in it you don't need. So go ahead and wrap, tuck, roll. And again, you need practice because even my later ones are better than my first one. And it's been a while since I've done this, but it's something to show you if you're looking for a little hors d'oeuvre or something to nibble on. Wrap, and roll. All right, and there we have it. So we have a couple to do, and now we can get ready to fry them up. My oil should be plenty hot. I'll test it though by dripping one of these in there. And you see, my oil is very much ready. As you can see, I'll show you. You see how it blows up like it's frying? That's exactly what we want. So we're good to go. And I have a strainer over there that I'll get. And I'm just going to take this, and then I'm going to cool them for a minute on a paper towel, and then we'll make our dipping sauce. Get a paper towel ready. Clean up my mess. It's true, male cooks are a little bit messier than female cooks, I think. But I used to have people follow me, always behind me. See, now this one is a little bit wet, as you can see. If you can see that, it's a little bit wet. So I'm going to protect myself, and I'm going to rewrap it. Just fix it up a little bit, okay? What happens is the peppers and onions and carrots come out, and they tend to fry up a little bit, and you want it nice. All right, it's good. We'll hold off on that one. I'm going to start off with this one right here. I'm going to lay it in my Chinese basket. I'll throw this one in, and the water really pulls it together and holds it really nice. Throw that one in. How many can we eat today? That one. The later ones came out a lot better than the early ones. And that one, and that one, and that one. And now we're just going to stir them up. Remember, the vegetables are pretty warm inside, so we don't really have to worry too much about it not being cooked. Also, there's no hazardous product in here, meaning chicken or pork, so we don't have to worry about it being undercooked. They're vegetables. They can be eaten as they are, but you do want the dough to be fully cooked. And that's nice. Now you can see that. And I'm just going to get that. I'll pull a paper towel out and a plate, and we can dampen them off because you really don't want to eat any more oil than you have to. Of course, I never do like when you get an egg roll or spring roll that's greasy. It's disgusting. So you really want to dampen them off real nice. And here we go. We got a nice color on one of these guys. You have to remember also that inside the spring roll is a lot of moisture because you just took the vegetables out of the mixture that we sauteed it in. So what happens is if it breaks open in the fry oil, it's going to make a lot of crackling and popping, and you really don't want that. You want to be safe. Use a long spider. This is called the spider in the food business, but use a long spoon or something so that you don't have your face into the pot. It's just too dangerous. You're dealing with hot oil. Okay, I got one. I caught one. I'm going to bring it over here, lay it out, let it drain. I'll take another one that looks like it's ready, bring it out, let it drain. And they cook really, I mean, like 2-3 minutes, they're done. Of course, there's no reason why you can't do these ahead and leave them room temperature because they're not going to go bad, and serve them at 6 o'clock for dinner, for dessert. You know what I mean? For, not dessert, but an appetizer. That's me. I always like to have my dessert before my dinner. And we got 2 more coming out. Right here, right here. And they're really crispy and they're nice. It's a good way to eat vegetables as far as I'm concerned all the time. Fry them. Put them in a tempura. Then you're looking for something good. Okay? We got that one. I can turn my fryer off because it's ready. And my spring rolls are absolutely done. They've got a nice color to them. Right? Nice color. I got 2 more. Want to fry them? We'll fry them up. Oop, there they go. Here we are. So we need 1 more plate, and now we need to set it up for an hors d'oeuvre. Take that. I can move this. I can actually move this over here. And we got a plate. And I'll make sure it's nice. All right, so let's do our dipping sauce first. We got a couple minutes here to do this. I have about a half a cup of sesame oil, half a cup of soy sauce, and then some mirin. Very simple. And I guess I've got a slow pour on this, so I'm really going to need to dribble it in to get about a half a cup. Okay, do that. They're looking pretty good here. All right, and we're going to set this up as a hors d'oeuvre plate. So I really want to do this. I want to get a paper towel in here and on the plate so this bowl does not slide. Okay, I'll pull these out. We're ready to go. And action. Here we go. I got a nice knife. I'm gonna wipe it, make sure it's not oil on it. Oh boy, look at that. Nice. And we're just gonna lay these out. Very simple, isn't it? Good food is easy. If we could all just relax, take some time, and enjoy making it, you know? I always cut these on a bias, by the way, guys, because it really looks a lot better than cutting it straight, cut on a bias. And here we go. Very nice hors d'oeuvre, very easy, pretty healthy. Ready to roll? Ready to roll, that's a joke. Spring roll, ready to roll. And we have it. Simply serve. Okay? Lay it up, and we're all set. Of course, the only thing about using spring rolls, making spring rolls, is there's a lot of oil, and we did drain them, but here we are. We have a great appetizer of spring rolls with a nice mirin soy. Bon appetit. They really are good. When we come right back with a Culinary Experience, we'll throw another Oriental dish together in a jiffy. Hi, and welcome back to a Culinary Experience in Southampton at the deli counter. So, Matt says to me, what can I make Oriental in 7 minutes? 7 minutes in TV world is a lot of time. First thing I want to start off with is making a bird's nest. So I have the same wrapper we just used on our spring rolls. I'm going to drop it into a ladle, into the same oil we fried up with. I'm going to drop this in, right? I'm going to take another ladle, and I'm going to make a little bird's nest, and we'll make a little Oriental. Drop it in, pull out some oil, and fry. All right, we'll make a little bird's nest, and as soon as it forms, we're going to let it go and roll around in the oil. Okay? Take one more, set it into our ladle, take another ladle, a small ladle, fill it with oil, go ahead and fry it, and let it sit. It'll form up right away as soon as the oil hits, and you can take it and lay it upside down and let it fry. Okay? And with the same tongs, just go ahead and flip it upside down so it gets fried on the inside and the outside. And then we're going to have a little bird's nest. Okay? Comes out real quick, real easy, takes about a minute, and it's just a nice little decorational thing for an Oriental dish. You can do it at home, very simple. And so we have a little bird's nest. And we have a little bird's nest. And like this, like the spring roll, the first one never comes out like a pancake. So you use the second one. And we can always do it again really quick. Drop it in your ladle and drop a little oil in the bird's nest and watch it fry. Okay? Very easy. So now what I want to do is, I like a lot of shrimp and snow pea. I like shrimp and fried rice. But one thing I absolutely love is crab. And it's not a lot of Oriental places you'll find crab and snow peas and broccoli. So what I thought we'd do is move this to the back because we have our bird's nest. Bring out our wok and let's get going. And we're going to make a little crab bird's nest in 7 minutes or less. Okay, here we go. Alaskan king crab, you can get it anywhere. You can get crab meat. You can get all kinds of crab. But I have crab Alaskan king, and that's what I'm going to use today. I'm just going to split it down the middle. You can also just use a pair of scissors, pull out the crab meat. I love crab. And you know, this is a lot healthier way to eat it than dipping it in butter, which is the primary way I eat it. And we'll take another one, just crack down, cut it, bring out the crab meat. Really nice stuff. And we're going to julienne some vegetables, and we're going to saute it in our wok. Now we got the big claw, and we're going to crack it. It's a little bit harder to crack than the other one. We're going to bring it out and crack out the meat. Beautiful. But we're going to save this because we want to use it for decoration. Okay, so we'll hold on to that. I don't think we need this. We have plenty of crab meat here for one order. Crack it. My wok is getting plenty hot. I'm going to add some sesame oil to it real quick because we used it before. So let's make sure that it is, put a little oil in it. And then we're going to pour that oil out. We're going to season our pan a little bit. Let it get going. Make sure that nothing sticks to the bottom. So we have our meat, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it a crunch with a knife. Cut it. This will be the last thing we add. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get together some snow peas. I love beans, string beans, or yellow wax beans, so we'll use that too. You use what you have in your house, so you don't have to go spend any more money. Just use what you got. Stack these guys up a little bit. I got some broccoli florets, which are great. I got some red and yellow pepper. Okay, so this is probably pretty good. Looks real nice. Now what I want to do is take my paper towel in and wipe the pot out. Wipe it out. I want to season it because we use it for something else. So let's get it cleaned up. She's ready to go. Back to our snow peas. Do this. Again, with an Oriental, you can use a teriyaki sauce, a teriyaki glaze, or you know, they actually sell General Tso's sauce now in the stores. You can also use that. And I have a couple mushrooms I'm going to use right here. Okay, we're going to use broccoli florets, and we'll use a little yellow and red pepper because it gives it color. There we go. Okay, done and done. We'll throw our wok back on the stove with a little sesame oil. Ready to roll. Where is our sesame oil? I think I'll have to get it over here. Right here. There's a bunch of different kinds of sesame oil out there. There's Roland, there's Ambrosia. In the stores, you can find it anywhere. I happen to like Ambrosia best. It's wonderful. So we got our vegetables ready to go. 7 minutes or less. Got a cameraman timing me. Oh, got a rubber band in there. Okay, ready to go. Very quick. And what a lot of Chinese places do is use cornstarch to thicken up their sauce. And you can do that, but not necessary. You're better off without the cornstarch. Give it a little flip. At the very end, we're going to add our crab meat. We'll set up with a nice plate. Add that. Okay. If I can have a plate over there, then you're all set. We're going to set up our food coming out of our bird's nest, which is kind of a neat effect. Okay. Again, you just need it warmed up. You need it cooked a little bit, but you certainly don't want to overcook anything. You got a little rice wine vinegar. Very little small touch of soy. There's about 2 tablespoons in there. We've got our olive oil. Our sesame oil. And we'll set up our bird's nest. You want to give me one more plate? We'll do a dinner for 2. How's that? Dinner for 2 in less than 7 minutes. Huh? Who can do that? Janet O'Brien do that? Nah. Emma Lagasse do that? Nah. Right here in a Culinary Experience at the Southampton Deli Counter. That's where they can do that. Oh, yes. In 7 minutes or less. Real nice. Crab meat is a real nice, different flavoring from a normal Chinese food takeout. You can get it anywhere. You can get it at the seafood shop. It's a wonderful dish. You can use it anywhere. It's just a different flavor, different change. Stretch the imagination. Now, remember I always say wipe your plate and decorate. So we're going to do that. And we'll decorate out with the same crab leg. Right here. and they know you used real crab. From my kitchen to yours, good food, good friends, good life, God bless, good night. From a Culinary Experience in Southampton at the deli counter. Visit us on www.culinaryexperience.tv. Good night.
Michael Mosolino's Culinary Experience is brought to you by The Deli Counter, Fine Foods and Catering, 623 Hampton Road, Southampton, New York,